All right. Hey, Alex, how are you? Happy Saturday.
Great. Yeah.
Good. So I'm really excited to talk to you, especially because you've been with Bold ID, I think, 4 years now. You've been part of our program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For I think since early 2015.
Yeah. Oh, wow. It's almost been 5 years. Um, so I'd love to learn more about what that's been like and some of the projects you've been making. So before we dive in, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
So my name is Alex Morkin. I am in eighth grade and I like tennis. I obviously like coding. I like school and I like to play video games and watch videos on YouTube.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Yeah.
So how long have you been coding?
Well, I think, the first interaction I think with coding I ever had was in 2013
Okay.
when we did Scratch in elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember I made like a simple like game thing where you would jump and run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So would you say that computer science is fun?
Yes, yes. I My favorite language is definitely HTML and CSS,
Okay.
but I like to explore any other languages, different languages. Yeah.
Yeah. What have been some of your favorite projects? I know you said you like HTML and CSS. Are there some favorite websites that you've made or any other?
Yeah, so I did HTML and CSS with you guys twice,
Yeah.
and both of those projects I had a lot of fun with. They were both good projects, and I also liked the AI project, like the
Mm-hmm.
machine learning project where you would input some stuff and it came back with answers.
Um, so tell me about working with the mentors. So I think you've mostly been working with a lot of software engineers from Alchemy Technology in Plano. What is it like to learn computer science with them?
Well, they help us along a lot. They guide us through our projects and they give us helpful tips. And if we do something wrong, they correct us and teach us how to do it differently or how to do it correctly. And I think it's a great learning experience. And it's much better than just, like reading from a textbook and just
Mhm.
following instructions word for word. You have a good learning experience.
Have there been any favorite mentors in the past 5 years that have really stood out?
Definitely, definitely. There, Scott is
Yeah.
a good mentor, and Claire, yes,
Yeah.
Claire. I she she teached so well, and it's like it made me love coding. I mean,
Mhm.
she helped me get into coding.
Yeah. Well, you've been with Bold Idea mostly in person, so you'll work with Claire, Scott, or the other mentors sitting down next to you. So in the past month, we've had to move online. You still get to work with the mentors and work on your game, but what has that experience been like, kind of moving online? How's that? What's that experience like?
Well, it's very different,
Yeah.
but if you need help, you can still ask for help. But it's kind of like it's not as immersive as it
Mhm.
would have been in person, but you still learn the subject and you still learn what to do. And it's, and well, to add on, you can work outside of the 5 to 7
Mhm.
on Thursdays,
Yeah.
much more than you could like with the in-person um, sessions.
So you notice you've been doing that, just doing some coding in between working with the mentors. Yeah, I know you've got school a lot too.
Yeah, but it's kind of like it isn't like it doesn't feel like work. It's just
Mhm.
relaxing, and it just gives you some stuff to do if you want to kill time.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, I'd love to see your latest project, your guided project for the video game development. If you want to share your screen, maybe you can kind of have your code on one side and the project on the other, and
Sure.
share what's going on.
Okay, wait, let me. Okay. Yes. So this is my screen. Let me run it.
Okay. And why don't you tell me, pretend I don't know anything, tell me what kind of code I'm looking at too.
So this is Python Pygame, and Pygame is a library in Python,
Okay.
and um, you you import it here, and you import, and this also needs random, so you import random here,
Okay.
and then this is all of the actual uh, code that goes into the game. So here you have the uh, clock so that you can
Mhm.
set the FPS and how fast it moves. And here you have the text that is um, right here, up here. Sorry for the clicking. The uh, bouncing sound is a bit annoying. Um, and then this is the ball sprite. So this
Mhm.
sets the uh, all of the properties of it. So when it collides with something, it plays the sound, and if it gets lost, it resets itself. I mean, no, sorry, that isn't there. It's actually in the game loop down here.
Okay.
This is the game loop, and so if game, so this is the game over thing, and this is the. Let me find the. Yes, this is if the ball goes uh, into the bottom wall. So if so, let me.
Yeah, demonstrate how the game works.
So if it goes into the bottom wall 3 times, you lose.
Okay.
Yes. And so once you hit a brick, it gives you a point, and that is found here. So it gives you one score, like it adds on to
Mhm.
your score, and it plays the sound, and it removes the brick, and it changes the speed of the ball.
Wow. So what was the most challenging part of creating this game, and how did you work through that?
I had the most problems with the paddle. It wouldn't move,
Mhm.
so I tried to. I removed it and I put it back in again, and it still didn't work. So I tried to change some values, these values, and then it worked. So
Yeah. So just experimenting, trying different things.
yeah,
So what do you know now after making this game that you didn't know before?
I know now that I I don't especially like Python. Like it's not really my favorite language, but
Mhm.
I learned a lot about how to code in it, like the base like laws of how to write in it.
Got it. So next you're going to start working on more of a creative game project, something that's totally your idea. Uh, so what idea do you have? What are you going to make?
Well, I was thinking of making a doodle jump type game with platforms that you need to jump onto, and each
Yeah.
platform has a set amount of points that you get once you jump onto that platform,
Mhm.
and there are going to be enemies and obstacles that you need to dodge and avoid.
Very cool. Um, so what would you tell other students who are your age or the age when you first started Bold Idea? What would you tell them about computer science and about getting involved in this?
I would tell them that it isn't really how you think it is. Like,
Yeah.
it's much more, you're going to encounter many problems, and you're going to uh, encounter many things that don't work how you thought it would work. But
Mhm.
you need to experiment, and you need to think like a coder. Like, you need to search up online if something
Mhm.
doesn't go right, or if you need to learn how to do something. And don't be afraid to ask for help, because if you don't, it's going to be much harder.
Yeah, for sure. Have you thought about what you want to do for your future career?
Yes, I was thinking of starting my own company. I was
Yeah.
thinking of bio, like medicine.
Yeah. Bioengineering and stuff like that. Yeah. Well, if your mom's around, I'd love to kind of hear from her too, since she's kind of watched you be part of this and learn coding.
Hi, Robin.
Hi, Lily. How are you?
I'm great.
Good. So I had a good chat with Alex about his experience learning to code. So how have you seen Alex benefit from Bold Idea, over the past 5 years?
Oh my goodness, we are so proud of him, both myself and my husband. And we've seen this passion for coding and programming for early age on him.
Mhm.
I can give you an example. When he was a baby and we gave him a fake phone, he would throw it away knowing it's fake. So he wanted the real thing. And I
Yeah.
knew then that he's very analytical thinking. And of course, he's creative with other areas and aspects too. But coding and programming and computers is his life, it's his passion.
Yeah. So I asked him what he'd tell other students his age about coding, but what would you tell parents, whose kids might want to try computer science or Bold Idea?
I will tell the parents to encourage their child from early ages if they
Mhm.
see that they have an inclination for it. And even if they don't have an inclination for programming, I will still encourage my child because they may be into sports or they may be into other arts, but that doesn't mean, even if it's a girl or a boy, it doesn't mean they cannot code or program. And unless they try it, they don't even know what's out there or if they like it. So my approach is let them try first, and if
Mhm.
they completely dislike or not into it, it's fine. I mean, they can do other, sports or whatever. But if they learn, oh, I'm curious about doing this or I'm curious about that, let them encourage them to try. I'm very happy for my son that he was fortunate to be born in this era, because unlike us in our generation, we never had this opportunity. In fact, I was 30 when I first touched a computer. So, this will be very difficult for me, but for their generation will be very easy, pick on. And I will
Mhm.
tell parents to definitely let them try first and encourage them.
Yeah, definitely. Um, well, I'd love to keep talking to you guys, but I know I need to get you back to your Saturday. Is there anything else you wanted to share while I've got you, or anything you're thinking of?
Yeah, I want to say one thing, that this Bold Idea program, it's amazing. It's been amazing for Alex. It made him grow into a very analytical thinking young adult. He loves it. Who knows what the future will be for him, but I'm pretty sure this will definitely make his path on his career. It will help him. The mentors are amazing. I have no words to say how amazing they are. Their dedication, kindness, the time they spent, and the hours with those kids. And especially, like Alice mentioned, Claire was his first spot on mentor that truly made him love programming. So you see, one person can change another person's life. And you know, the program itself, it's just wonderful for those kids. I wish I had that when I grew up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you both for your time. Alex, we've been so grateful to get to know you and mentor you the past 5 years, and we look forward to seeing where you're going to go through high school and college. So
Thank you, Robin. Have a great Saturday.
you too.
Bye.
Bye.